Hello everyone, welcome once again to the Hindu Explainer series. I'm Kushagra Goel and very warm greetings from Law Prep Tutorial. Now we know that you would have some concerns about the series not being regular, but that is from my side because I had examinations. So on that note, but don't worry, all the recordings that have been missed will be there for all of you tomorrow morning. I'll finish the recordings today. All right, and with regard to the revision series, that we couldn't do because of the weekend lockdown, right? But at 4:30 today, you'll get your revision series. This week we'll conclude that. All right, so make sure that you have your notes relevant. Now, getting back to today's newspaper, there is one big thing that has happened recently. There is a chance of it can be asked in the examination also, right? So the first news on the front page is about a new chief minister taking oath. All right, this is the news in Uttarakhand chief minister. So this is the new change that has happened, a second one within a span of 5 months. Pushkar Dhami, a two-time MLA, has been sworn in as the chief minister. All right, but now one new controversy or one thing that can be asked potentially is related to why the previous one, that is Tirendra Singh Rawat, had to resign. So there is a limitation. There are two things that need to be understood now. All right. The first is when you become a member of the assembly, all right, then an MLA can become a chief minister if the governor appoints them. All right, they can become that. Now, but the problem happens when you're not an MLA. All right, when you're not an MLA, you need to get elected to the assembly as an MLA within 6 months. All right, so this is the minimum requirement. All right, this limitation is the same even to the level of the Prime Minister. All right, this is the same standard that applies at the Prime Minister level, which is 6 months. All right, now there is another thing that has been given as an explanation as to why he couldn't become one. All right, so there are two considerations that have been talked about. One, that the Election Commission, all right, this is the constitutional body, so we can be asked a philanthra of questions particularly from this area only. All right, so that who is the one who decides whether or when or where elections will take place? It is the Election Commission. All right, now due to the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, by polls, all right, the term by poll, which is there for elections whenever the assembly has a vacancy. All right, so whenever there is an election for a vacant seat, that is known as by poll. The by polls are also conducted by the Election Commission. All right, now there are two things that need to be noted down. One, which is the body that conducts the by polls? It is the Election Commission. The one reason that the Election Commission has given as to why elections have not been announced is because of the second wave of COVID-19. Fair enough. For us, what becomes more relevant is the second thing. Whenever there is a vacancy, let's say the assembly began in 2017, all right? When it is in 2017, the tenure of any assembly is 5 years, all right? 5 years. Fair enough. So it is supposed to end by 2022. 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, if 5 years, if that is the criterion that we take. All right, but let's say there is a vacancy that happens. All right, election will not take place for a vacant seat if the gap between the assembly ending and the seat falling vacant is 1 year. All right, now the second reason, which is that the reason why Mr. Tirath Singh Rawat was not elected, or if Election Commission doesn't announce the polls, is that there is less than 1 year left in the assembly elections. All right, the tenure of the Uttarakhand assembly is to end by 2022. So now there is less than a year left in the assembly dissolving. When there is less than a year in an assembly getting dissolved, there is an option to either conduct the elections or not. All right. This is particularly the reason why this limitation is there is to provide a meaningful tenure to a candidate. When you spend or when you elect a representative, you want some meaningful work to be done by them. It is believed that 1 year is too less a time to provide someone with meaningful ability to do anything. All right. So what kind of questions can be asked? A quick revision of it. First is the minimum time period or the maximum time period that you need to be, if you are a chief minister or a cabinet minister, to become a member of the House. It is 6 months. All right. Within 6 months, any minister or chief minister has to become a member of the Legislative Assembly or an MLA if they are not a member of the House. Fair enough. The second kind of question is who conducts the by-polls if a seat falls vacant. It is the constitutional body, that is the Election Commission. All right. Now another question, when will vacant seats by-polls not be conducted? If the time period from dissolution of the House to that of the election is less than 1 year. If there is less than 1 year, then you will not get the elections conducted. This is to provide a meaningful membership to the person who becomes an MLA. All right. So these are multiple things that can be asked, particularly from this. This is very, very recent. All right. So therefore, I am getting directly addressing this thing here itself. All right. Very important topic can be asked related to election. See, we have had multiple assembly elections during the CLAT cycle, which is 11-10 months, particularly from the examination, right? Now, obvious questions can be who becomes the chief minister, or who was sworn in as a chief minister, who was the incumbent chief minister who won. Those are very obvious questions. You all know the answers of that. We have discussed them, that who won the election, who was sworn in as the chief minister. But in extension of it, there can be constitutional questions that can be asked. There can be procedural questions that can also be asked. If they are asked, the answers are of this type. All right. Then moving on is another big news from Afghanistan. So the civil war in Afghanistan is now in full flow. The peace talks did not result in anything. Whatever peace talks were planned did not happen. The peace talks that were going on between the government and Taliban in Doha, that is Qatar, also did not materialize. And now major districts of Afghanistan yesterday fell under direct control of Taliban. What was removed in 2001 is now recapturing whatever is left of the country. The areas, already majority of rural areas of Afghanistan were within Taliban control, and now it is moving beyond that. All right. Yesterday, the district of Kandahar, along with other districts, also finally came under control of Taliban. So back again are the limitations that women cannot get education beyond 6th grade, science will not be taught, major Sharia will be implemented, anyone without a formal procedure or trial can be punished up to a minimum of 20 lashes, up to beyond even amputing. If you are believed you undertook theft, then you can be amputated immediately by Taliban. What accountability Taliban government will have, or those officials have, none of at all. All right. So this is the return of what was removed in 2001. The peace talks in Afghanistan have failed. All right. So the location of peace talks, what was the origin, what was this war, is a very important topic. All right. We have discussed it multiple times. We had discussed the Triokia plan, the Joe Biden plan also for peace talks that were to be mediated by UNO. All of them failed. All right. They did not even begin. The policy that even Afghanistan government and Taliban could share power, even that has now led to a failure, because Taliban always believed that if the Western powers are out, it can launch the counter narrative, counter offensive to capture the territories, and that is exactly what Taliban is now doing. It bided its time, it waited and waited for the Western powers to leave, because they knew that there was pressure on Western countries to leave, and that once the Western countries are out, Taliban can launch the attacks to capture territory. Why share power when you can control it all together? All right, so that was the intent, all right, which is now coming to fruits. All right, so moving on, apart from this, on the national news is nothing of real note. So we turn to the editorial section. All right, now in terms of editorials, now that we are getting closer to the examination, there are some of them that can be important. They can be directly imported in the examination also. All right, a lot of you have also asked, is the news, specifically now that we are almost less than 3 weeks away from the examination, will questions, or do we need to read the newspaper daily? Now my reply to that is, just watch the series so that you know what the know-how is. Don't have to waste too much time reading the newspaper yourself. Alright, you don't have to acquire new knowledge. If anything new comes up, I am here to help you. Alright, we'll not miss any particular day before the examination also. See, on the left hand side is the same editorial. The change at Helm in Uttarakhand seems triggered by legal and political obstacles. The legal one are what we are more relevant with. Alright, the RPA mandates that bypoll of any vacancy should be held within 6 months of the vacancy arising. Alright, provided the remainder of the term is not less than 1 year. So this is exactly what I was explaining you on the front page, is the legal challenge that we had to worry about. Apart from this is the political explanation, not relevant for us. Whether what political party sees for its electoral campaign, not relevant. Now, the problem now with the military synergy plan, what is this related to? This is related to the proposal of theatre commands, alright, that we need to have a combined theatre commands to have more synergy. But there has been some outspoken conflict that has borne out between the three wings of the armed forces, that is Air Force, Navy and Army. That Army will be the main spearheading one, and Air Force is basically a supporting arm of it. Alright, so this has led to turf wars, as they are called in military jargon. Alright, so that, but nevertheless this is not so much relevant for us, because this is not yet set in stone. Alright, what will be the structure, not relevant to specific area for military defense. Alright, then a crucial state and a key party line. This is about Bahujan Samaj Party and Mayawati, a 4-time Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. Then a mixed bag. Resorting health of every constituent sector is a must for long-term growth in exports. Now this is about dealing with the headline that, see, our exports reached a quarterly high of 85 billion US or 95 billion US dollars. That why has this happened is primarily because the price of the product has gone down. Alright, let's say I sell 1 rupee pencil into 5. Alright, so the value will be 5. If I increase the price of the pencil, then of the same quantity if I sell, it is selling for 10. That has just doubled, alright, into 2. Similarly, the claim in the editorial is that most of the exports right now are primarily because of price increase. Alright, that this is because price increase is happening. There is no sustained growth. How can you compare sustained growth in a sector? That if prices remain the same, there was still growth, alright. So this is a micro term, that all variables remaining constant, there was still growth in the sector, alright. This is what is not happening in our exports right now. Most of the job creating sectors have not actually posted any growth, but actually are reporting decline, alright, which is that even these to sustain us on a high export percentage based on price rise will also not be sustainable in the long term. Alright, that the two reasons why this has happened is primarily because of demand from China and Western economies, which have now opened up because they have vaccinated most of their population. All right. So for us, once again, another important thing that needs to be noted, that what we focus on in economics is real growth. All right. That real growth is when in reality or in actual numbers there is growth, that independent of variables or variables remaining constant, there is still positive steps being taken. All right. Okay. Now this is similar to a child will have a growth in terms of height increase. But for example, to see whether his height is actually increasing, we compare it to his peers, all right, or we compare it to the nutritional level to see that whether this growth is healthy or is just bound to happen. All right. A lot of children do not attain the potential height that they could because of nutritional deficiency. That is why we claim that, see, this height increase was not in actuality. All right. Then moving on, how Chhattisgarh has stalled a historic judgment. This is a judgment about Salwa Judon. All right. This was an anti-Maoist steps that governments had taken. They had raised an armed militia. That, see, back then the police infrastructure and armed forces infrastructure against the Maoist was not that strong. So the governments, what they did was, instead of increasing the infrastructure, provided people with the training to defend themselves. This was banned by the Supreme Court. However, the editorial is that now this is now being implemented in a different format. All right, that the SPG has now converted to a different force, and the Salwa Judon judgment is still a work only on paper, that on ground the problems are still there. All right. The Maoists themselves are on a decline, but not done yet. All right. Then moving on the other national news. All right. So one, this is about the speech that Mohan Bhagwat, who is the chief of RSS, claiming that lynching has been a recent criminal problem of the country, particularly in the past 5-6 years. All right, in terms of people taking law in their own hands. So he was also reporting that, see, this is not something that is done. You need to let the law take its own course. All right. Then moving on, apart from this, is on the left hand side. CPIM, different parties calling for JPC probe, Joint Parliamentary Committee probe. Now, what is a JPC? A JPC is basically similar to any parliamentary committee. Parliamentary committees are bipartisan committees, all right, in the sense that they have membership from the opposition, different spectrums of the opposition along with the government. The JPC can also collect evidence, call upon people to make statements, and then submit reports. All right. Now, in the Rafale deal, there is now recent changes in what is happening in France. In France, it has been reported that a judicial inquiry has been opened into political favoritism, peddling, and money laundering. That people were paid bribes to actually push for Rafale deal to go through. And in India, the Prime Minister's office was the only office that was involved in the deal of Rafale jet. So therefore, if political favoritism, if there is inquiry that someone in France paid bribes, who did that person pay bribe to? So in France, the investigation is now ongoing as to how much money was shifted to whom. It is claimed that there was real favoritism towards Anil Ambani's company. All right, that just 15 days before the Rafale deal was done, a agreement was signed between Dassault and Anil Ambani's company to create a joint venture. All right. In that agreement, favoritism has been found, and therefore to confirm that, inquiry has been opened up. In that regard, for us, what becomes important is what is a JPC. All right. We have had JPC inquiries for 7 times previously, beginning with the Bofors scam. All right, then VVIP chopper scam, and last JPC was in 2015 related to the New Land Act. All right, the JPC is simple. It can, because it can collect evidence, and it can question officials. It is a very powerful committee, all right. Unlike a judicial inquiry, it is a political inquiry in the sense that political members of the House, that is, legislatures, take up the role of judicial inquiry there, all right. So the JPC is a mechanism. It is notified by the House itself, all right, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. It has members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It is confirmed. The government announces that it is forming one, and then this is done, all right. Procedure, how many members, all of this government decides, but it will have members from the opposition to collect evidence, question, all right. So that is a joint parliamentary committee. Joint parliamentary in the sense that it has members from both the houses, all right. Now that is what the demand of the political parties is, to investigate the Rafale scam, all right. Now in response, another thing is that the Supreme Court judgment. The Supreme Court judgment had only checked that whether the basic procedure for purchase of an aircraft was followed or not. All right, that procedural requirements were done or not. The question now is whether when these procedural aspects were being fulfilled, whether there was a trace of money laundering, bribery and favoritism or not. All right, so there are two different aspects which are now being questioned. For us, the JPC or the Joint Parliamentary Committee, what it is, what it does needs to be known. All right, then moving on the international news. So the international news: families flee Taliban as Taliban seizes key districts. Kandahar, Bashdhan provinces have been taken over by Taliban. This is what we had discussed on the front page. But then on the left hand side is another news that is another aircraft crash. So we just need to know what this aircraft was, where it happened. This was a Lockheed C-130 transport aircraft, all right. It crashed in Philippines. It shot off beyond the runway, all right, and was unable to take off beyond it. 45 people killed in the crash, 96 were on board. It happened near Patikul in Philippines, all right. Then an update from Ethiopia. This is the details of this ceasefire are not really confirmed. What has been agreed, so we need to wait for this. Ethiopian crisis is something that has been one world issue that we had discussed in November, December. I had pointed out in the revision series also, very important. So please, once we don't skip this topic in your revision, all right. It has a potential to be asked in your GK section. Then is the space program from China. So when we had discussed the Tihan module of China, we had discussed that now we launch more astronauts and other modules. So the astronauts that were launched last month conducted their first spacewalk. What is a spacewalk? When you go outside in space in low orbit and you work on anything. All right, this is a spacewalk conducted outside the Tiangong Space Station of China. All right, the International Space Station is a different collaboration. This is Seoul Chinese Space Station. It is known as Tiangong Space Station. It is part of other Chinese space advancements of the past 1 year. All right. So this is the Tiangong Space Station, the spacewalk that was conducted. Who was participant of the spacewalk? It was Liu Boming and Tang Hongbo. All right. There is one more astronaut on. 3 astronauts are right now residing at the Tiangong Space Station. All right. Then apart from this, on the sporting news, there is one more news. One-liner question that can be asked in ILAT is related to Mithali Raj becoming the leading run scorer in women's cricket. That cumulatively in all formats, if runs of female cricketers are combined, Mithali Raj has now the highest number of international runs. All right, she went beyond Charlotte Edwards' record of 10,273 international runs across all. All right. So on that note, I'll conclude. This is a one-liner news, what is important. So in today's newspaper, first, about the election procedure, by polls, when elections need to be announced, the maximum time period by which you need to become a member of the House. All right. Then an extension of it, we discussed the JPC. What is a JPC? All right. Then thirdly, about Afghanistan, the peace process there, which has failed particularly, so that issue becomes important. Then Tiangong space station, Mithali Raj, and lastly about Ethiopia. Details of the ceasefire not yet disclosed, all right, so we need to wait for that, but Ethiopian crisis, civil war is an important topic. On that note, thank you so much, and I'll see you all tomorrow.